everybody, this is Ray Jr. Coming live from the Man Cave, Comic Book Fanatics. I'd like to give a shout out to all the subscribers out there and new people coming out checking out our page here at Comic Book Fanatics. Me and Marty greatly appreciate it. The video I'm doing today is, I guess you could say, maybe in my opinion, 10 most overlooked comic books. Me and Marty was tagged by our friend Chris on doing a top 10 overlooked comics. So he has what he feels is the top 10. I mean, there's a lot of books I think get overlooked, so I just thumbed through what I got to show you what I think is the most top 10 overlooked books. I'm just saying, in my opinion, might not be right, might not be wrong, but we'll just go from there. Let's see here. Well, let's see where we're going to start at. I guess we'll start right here over to the right. We're going to start off with one of my favorite animes, Dragon Ball Z. As you can see, the picture of Goku. This is around about the time he first turned Super Saiyan, doing the Frieza saga. If you know the storyline like I do or whatever, you know it's a legend that Vegeta talked about a lot, and he was upset that Goku was the first to achieve it before him, because he figures that Goku's a low-class Saiyan warrior and he's the prince, so it should be in his royal blood. And like I said, Vegeta's like one of my favorites, and as you can see, I have him right there. So I picked him up the other day, but I just think this book is overlooked. I don't think a lot of people, maybe just the anime folks out there, know about the Viz comics. And as you all know, the anime books, you have to read from the back. It's not from the front, so you start from back here and then you read across. You know, they got the arrows up there to show you, you know, how to follow the storyline. So, like I said, that's one of my top 10 overlooked books. My second one would have to be Battle of the Planets. This is about Top Cow. I grew up in the 80s watching this every day, me and my grandfather. I just liked it. It had so many names. G-Force, Gotcha Man. But we knew it as Battle of the Planets when it used to come on weekdays when I was growing up back in Louisville, Kentucky. So this is one of my overlooked books that I think people are sleeping on. A movie was supposed to come out, like an anime movie, but for some reason it fell through, and production never finished with it, so I was a little upset with that. But so here's the cover of that one. This is issue number 1, matter of fact, by Image. You know, there they are. And like I said, they have different names depending on what storyline you go by. Another overlooked book, I have all 4 of them because it's a 4-issue limited series, but we'll just go with the character himself. It's Balder the Brave. Now, what I like about this book, it just tells, you know, he went to go settle down with the queen right here, Carnilla. Yeah, the Queen Carnilla. I believe that's, I think I pronounced her name right. And he was just, you know, one of those guys that, you know, just gave up the battling and all that. And then he was a letter was sent by Thor to, you know, for him to come back, because that's when the battle was going to take place with Surtur, excuse me. And he started getting into training with the guy, that the messenger or whatever, and the Queen Carnilla wouldn't allow it. And then some frost giants came, and you know, he battled them or whatever. And this leads into after Odin passed, or you know, was gone for a while, and Thor, he was next in line to be the King Asgard, but he did not want to take the mantle, so he gave it up to Balder. What a lot of people don't know is Balder is also Thor's brother. I did not know this for a while, you know, reading Thor comics, until later, you know, when I got a little older. So they had the same father, as you can guess. You know, Odin was out there doing his thing with all the goddesses, so they are half brothers. But more or less they're brothers, and you know, I enjoyed this series when I was younger, and then I made sure that I got it back once I got a chance. Next on the list is going to be Superman and Thundercats by Wildstorm and DC. This story was awesome. I just love how they incorporated Superman with the Thundercats. I don't know if Thundercats could be part of the DC universe, like Masters of the Universe is implemented, but I think they could give it a shot. I would like to see that happen, and then maybe storyline with He-Man and Lion-O and them, teaming up. That would be something. But I think this book's overlooked. Like I said, I don't know many of my friends that have this book, but I know when I saw it, I picked it up because I was not about to pass over the chance of the Man of Steel teaming up with some of the cartoon idols that I grew up watching, especially Lion-O. And you already know, first meeting they got into a fight or whatever, the battle, and as you know, Superman, doesn't do too well with magic, and sword omens cut him across that chest. So if you don't have this book, I advise you to pick it up. Next, have Savage Wolverine #1. Now, I don't know why they discontinued this series. I was enjoying it. He was on an island. He met up with Sheena the She-Devil, and they was just having all type of adventures, figuring out what was going on. Swamp Thing, not Swamp Thing, but Man Thing was in here, and I believe the Hulk was in here during this time a little bit as well. But I think this book is overlooked. I think one of Wolverine's, I think this is one of his best books out there that's been purchased on him. A lot of people might think other ones are, but I really enjoyed this Savage Wolverine #1. So once again, this is one of my chosen ones of most overlooked book. Now we're gonna move on over to the Justice League of America #1. I just think this book's overlooked for the fact that I had the one for Kentucky. I sent it in to get graded, because I'm from that state. But I just think, anything that's got to do with the flag, United States flag or whatever, just sentimental to me, being in the military. But I picked up the state of Washington because my wife, my son Mason, and my two stepkids, they're from Washington. And then I picked up Hawaii because my daughter and my other son is from there, and then Texas, where my other son was born. So if that sounds like a lot, it is. All together we have 6 kids together, but big family. But I just think these books right here are overlooked, because I don't know if just the simple fact that you have representing a person's state with the flag on it, and I just like how all of them are with the guys out here holding it, and then you just have the state flag. So like I said, I had Kentucky. Well, I have Kentucky, but I sent it in to get graded, so I can't wait to see when that comes back. Another overlooked book, I believe, would be this right here. A little glare, sorry about that. Superman and Spiderman. Yep. Nah. Matter of fact, I almost forgot I had this until I was going through my books and saw this. So it's been a while since I read this one, but my memory serves me correct. It's pretty much they flip-flop jobs, as in Superman worked for the Bugle, treated like crap by J. Jonah as Peter was, and then Peter went to the planet and was treated like royalty, and he was enjoying it. And then they linked up and did battle with Parasite and Doctor Doom. But I think this book's overlooked. If you don't have it, I highly recommend this one. Well, it's can't go wrong with having this in part of your collection. Next we go to AllStar Squadron, overlooked book. As you can see the title, Race Riots in Detroit. Growing up, I was always taught to, get along with everybody, no matter what your race was, your agenda and all that. This book I read, and it just shocked me as a kid back then that, that comic books had racism in it. But I'm glad it touched on it, because racism is real. It's still going on. Me being, African male, and my wife white Caucasian female, we still get dirty looks, you know, being together. But I really enjoyed this book, and then come to find out that the villain, which his name is Real American, he was a robot. So somebody else was influencing him, but he did battle with the Amazing Man, better known as Will Everett, and I just like how the battle took place, you know, in a you know, crime city anyway, like Detroit. So this was pretty good. So if you don't have this one, go ahead and pick it up and tell me what you think if you ever get it and read it. Warlord, I just think any of his comics are overlooked due to the fact that he don't get a lot of notoriety. I know in the early 80s he had his own toy line out by Remco. I'm pretty sure a lot of people remember that. And it's just he was a Air Force pilot, and somehow got trapped in another forbidden land and became the Warlord. I like the story. You know, Travis Morgan, I do believe, if I'm not mistaken, and been around for a while. I think I did see him on a Justice League of America cartoon, one episode. It had something to do with Supergirl, and some other characters went and fought alongside with him. So I'm not just saying this book in particular is overlooked. It's just the character. This is the lowest issue I got of his volume 1, and I plan on getting some more of his books because I enjoyed reading it, and can't wait to close the gaps on that one. And I believe this is the last one. Overlooked book would be the Iceman, his own 4-issue limited series. As we all know, Iceman was the original member of the X-Men. Bobby Drake. A lot of people probably didn't know that at first because all they remember Iceman was from Spiderman and His Amazing Friends that came on Saturday morning cartoons, which that's when I first learned about him when I was younger, and then started reading more and more into the comics. Find out, like I said, he was the original X-Men. So this is a nice little storyline. Him learning about his powers, getting a better feel for him, and all that good stuff. So, like I said, it's 4 issues, so I have all 4 in my collection, and I know next on my list is to get Firestar because I had that one before, and that ended up coming up missing, so I'm going to have to reacquire that. So that is my video, my top 10 overlooked books. Go ahead and comment, click like if you want, click dislike, it really doesn't matter, but tell me what you think. Maybe there's top 10 books you think are overlooked. I'd like to hear from you. Don't forget to check us out Sunday, Comic Talk again, be episode 9. Had a fantastic show last week. So like I said, stop by, check that out again. It's every Sunday unless something happens where we can't do it, but we enjoy it. It runs from about 1.5 hours to almost 2 hours. Just like I said, just talking different point of views from a lot of lively people, you know, because you get a bunch of different people with different personalities, different genders and race, and it's not everybody agrees. Everybody has their own opinion. That's what we like. So like I said, come check us out. Well, the holidays is coming up upon us, and like I said before, don't drink and drive. If you're having issues with your spouse or whatever, just walk away. Nothing is worth risking your career because get into a domestic dispute with your spouse, loved one. So just walk away, and that's pretty much, you know, being in the military. We tell our soldiers that every Friday. So just find that one person that if you're having domestic issues or whatever, give them a call, tell them to come pick you up to diffuse the situation so you're not in jail over the holidays. And like I said, the big thing is don't drink and drive. That alcohol is not worth you losing your career or your life or ending somebody else's life by doing something dumb, by getting behind the wheel and heavily intoxicated. Well, until next time, I'm out.